Have you ever asked yourself if you're an alcoholic? Of course, that's the most typical way we assess whether or not we need to change our drinking. We ask ourselves, is there a problem? Is there something wrong here? Am I wrong? Do I have a problem? Am I a problem? It's a really ingrained way that we talk about alcohol in our society, too. Normal people can drink, but people who have a problem have to quit drinking. Now, if you know me or anything about my community, you'd know that I never use that word problem. I never try to pathologize anyone. I never try to put the problem on them instead of rightly on the drink. And I don't even really use the word quit drinking. I like to use the word alcohol free. And the reason why I'm so passionate about not pathologizing people and not putting them in a bucket, because we put up these paradigms that there's the haves in our society and the can't haves, right? And we make it seem like it's this game of deprivation, that the people that get to drink alcohol and don't have any problems with it are somehow lucky. And then the problems on the people on this side who have a complicated relationship with alcohol, are not happy with their relationship with alcohol, all of a sudden have a problem and have to quit drinking and can't have a beloved drink. Now, this is the wrong way to look at it. And this is why I will never pathologize. This is why I never put the problem on you. This is why I don't think measuring whether or not you should change your relationship with alcohol is based on the severity or what you think is a problem. Because look at it this way. You can always find someone who drinks more than you. Always. You can always find someone who has a bigger problem than you. And so how do we determine whether something's a problem? What do we compare it to? How do we know? What questions do we ask? You know, the criteria these days, there's no such thing as an alcoholic, by the way. It's called alcohol use disorder now. It's been renamed for the last 7 years, I believe. And the criteria for even having mild alcohol disorder use is very, very low. Like, most drinkers would actually probably fall into that. Because most drinkers drink unhealthily. That's just the way we've been brought up to drink. That's the way that we've all been conditioned to drink. You know, we're not ever supposed to have more than one drink ever at a time, right? And most guidelines say that women should only be drinking one drink maybe 1 or twice a week. How many people do that? How many people always stop at one drink? Come on, right? Like, those people are in the minority. Most drinkers drink unhealthily. Most drinkers overdrink. And so today, I don't want to talk about whether or not there's a problem. I don't want to talk about how to pathologize you. I don't want to talk about who can or cannot drink, because I firmly believe that being alcohol-free is actually one of the luckiest, most privileged positions to be in life. I believe that removing yourself from a complicated relationship with alcohol is the most empowering, transformative thing you could ever do for your life. I think anyone who gets to go through it is incredibly lucky, and that they deserve to explore all the magic that's unfolding for them when they take a break from alcohol or go alcohol free. And so if you've been questioning your relationship with alcohol, if you've been trying to take breaks, trying to drink less, trying not to drink on certain days, I want to share with you what the 6 signs that you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol. Not dipping your toe in, not like, I'm going to try on Mondays, but not other days. I mean a real commitment to a life-changing break from alcohol. And the 6 signs are different than what you think it might be. Because again, we are brought up to think that we should evaluate whether or not we have a problem with alcohol on certain criteria that are literally almost meaningless because everybody breaks them. Everybody drinks more than one drink. Everybody has a hard time stopping after one drink because it releases dopamine in your brain, and then it causes a crash in your brain. So your brain wants more of what caused the good stuff in the first place and releases all these stress hormones in your body. I mean, it's like the psychological, chemical, biological way and function of alcohol on the human brain and body. It's not rocket science that most of us want to drink another drink after our first one. So then, therefore, how do you know that you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol? The reasons might be different than you think. So your first reason, this first sign that you know you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol is that when you wake up in the morning, you know in your heart that you deserve to feel better. You know that there is a different way to live and that you don't need to keep waking up feeling crappy. You know that the way that you have low energy, exhaustion, you don't sleep very well at night, which by the way happens after even just one glass of wine, you know that there can be a better way to wake up and a better way to feel, and that there is some kind of energy waiting for you out there when you take a break from alcohol. You know that waking up feeling so exhausted, feeling so tired, having a headache, feeling fuzzy, feeling out of it, feeling ashamed, feeling low, feeling anxious, you know that there is another way to live. The second sign to know that you are ready for a break from alcohol is that there is a calling on your heart that's telling you you're made for more. You're made for more. Whatever merry-go-round you find yourself in, whatever mental gymnastics you're doing, whatever, different games you're playing in your head and trying to drink less and trying to take days off, whatever it looks like, it's tiring. And there's a voice in your mind that's telling you you're made for more. Made for more than playing this silly game. It's just a silly game. And you, my friend, have so much bigger and better things to do in this world with your time. You have a purpose to fulfill. You are made for more. And that voice can be very, very strong, telling you, believing in you, believing that there is something far bigger for you to be doing on this planet Earth. The third sign that you know you're ready for a break from alcohol is that you long for freedom and peace. You long for dramaless life. You long for nothing controlling you, nothing giving you mental gymnastics, nothing telling you, oh, you have to drink me, or this is a craving. You just long for freedom and peace. You don't want to wake up with this mental anguish anymore. You want a life built on serenity. You're happy to just imagine these lifestyles of maybe people being mindful or monks or whatever it is, and it makes you almost feel jealous for their existence because you long for that same kind of freedom and peace. The fourth sign that you're ready from a life-changing break from alcohol is that there's an intuitive voice that's starting to speak louder to you. We all have intuitions, and it's just a matter of cultivating and forming a stronger connection with yours. Most people ignore their intuition their whole life and never learn really how to listen to it. But when your intuitive voice is telling you that you're made for more, when your intuitive voice is telling you that a break from alcohol will radically change your life, when your intuitive voice is telling you that there's so much out there for you in this world to do, see, or have, it's a voice worth listening to. Your intuitive voice is the highest connection that you have with your higher self. It is a connection that you have with Source, with your soul. And if you believe in a God or anything, really, it is your connection with the divine as well. Your intuition is the wisest person in the room, and it's not going to be influenced or listen to what this person says or that person says or this person says. It's going to listen what you need and what is right for you. And if your intuitive voice is telling you you are made for more, you deserve so much better, there is a happier way to live, then you deserve to listen to that intuition, because that intuition is not just only going to guide you during your magical break from alcohol, it's also going to guide you to fulfill your soul's purpose. The fifth sign that you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol is that you're starting to understand that the good things in life don't come from hanging out in your comfort zone. We all love comfort zones. Oh my gosh, do we not love how to hang out in our comfort zones and take it easy and just kind of fall back from life and withdraw a little bit from life and just have our little comforts. And our comfort zone is also a place where we don't do anything different. We don't try anything different. We live in a routine over and over and over and over and over again. And that's why it's called a comfort zone, because we understand it. We know it. It might be painful. It might not be, the best place to live, but at least we know it. At least it's not unfamiliar and we know what to expect. You're starting to understand that the comfort zone is one of the worst places to live, because living in your comfort zone also means that you never get that thrill and that excitement that comes from leaving your comfort zone, facing your fears, and going after what you really, really want in your life. You'll never get what you really, really want in your life in your comfort zone. That's the paradox. We don't actually get fulfillment in our comfort zones. We just get this false sense of security for a real short bit. Leaving your comfort zone is one of the key lessons that we're all meant to learn in life. We're not just supposed to go through life feeling as scared as possible and not take any risks and not try anything new and just die doing the same thing over and over and over again. We are meant to leave our comfort zone. And I'm sure that you've had many experiences in your life when you have taken a leap of faith outside your comfort zone. and you were wildly rewarded on the other side. Let me just share with you just a super small, silly example. So I'm scared of the ocean. I've been scared of big waves ever since I was a little kid. I grew up in a beach that had big waves, and I remember getting like tousled when I was a really small child and even getting saved by a lifeguard. Ever since then, I've been kind of scared from the ocean, right? And while I love the connection with water and like animals, my favorite kind of ocean to swim in is like a calm tropical Caribbean sea, right? Or something really tropical and calm. And so this past weekend, I actually left my comfort zone because I live in San Diego and I went out to the Pacific Ocean. And the Pacific Ocean where I live has pretty big swells, and it's really cold, and it's like very kind of murky. It's not the Caribbean. It's not clear water or anything. And I went snorkeling with my husband for about an hour in the Pacific Ocean. This is me literally facing my fear, okay? Like, I'm super scared of oceans. That's like my biggest irrational fear. I still have nightmares of tsunamis. And yet I did it. I faced my fear. I went snorkeling. I swam in this ocean. I swam out. I went through the like waves. I went through the coldness. It was an entire experience. And even though it was scary for me, even though it wasn't the most comfortable thing to do with me, you don't know how proud of myself I felt afterwards. I was ecstatic that I actually faced one of my bigger fears. I was ready to tell anyone off the rooftops what I just did. That's what leaving your comfort zone feels like. It's wildly fulfilling. Not just for the little action that you're doing, but also knowing that you are so much stronger than any fear you have. You are so much stronger and better than any voice that's telling you that you're incapable. You are capable of so much more. And that's the fifth sign that you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol. That you are starting to understand that your comfort zone is not really that comfortable. And that actually leaving your comfort zone will make you feel more fulfilled, more happy, and more proud of yourself than you've ever felt before in your life. The sixth sign that you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol is knowing that there are bigger dreams on your heart. That there's some kind of reality out there for you where you are living life a little differently than you are today. And that there's a possibility for you to step into this alternate reality if you just make changes in your life. What am I talking about? So many people dream of writing a book. In fact, 82% of Americans want to write a book, and I think it's like 0.005 actually ever do, right? It's really, really low percentage. So many people dream of leaving their jobs and launching their own business. So many people dream of moving away or traveling the world. So many people dream of doing their hobbies more often and like really putting it part of their livelihood, like maybe becoming a yoga teacher or, some kind of fun lifestyle. People dream of these kinds of things. And we don't often allow ourselves to believe that these things are possible in our lives. So if you're starting to feel like there is more for me, I know there is more for me. I was not supposed to just live in this cubicle and pay the bills and get by drinking wine at the end of the night. There is so much more for me. That's a clue. A huge, huge clue that you have dreams to express and that you have a gift that literally is meant for you and is such a unique gift that will be offered to the world and will help other people. This gift of yours literally has never been on this planet before because no one like you has been on this planet before. And knowing that you are made for more and that you're ready to leave your comfort zone and that this life-changing break from alcohol is actually going to help you achieve your biggest dreams, those are the things to remember right now. Like I said before, I don't pathologize people. I don't put the problem on them. I teach my clients and students about the effects of alcohol, the scientific effects of alcohol, and all the conditioning we receive from society for them to understand that there's literally nothing wrong with them. They reacted to alcohol the exact way they were supposed to. I do not pathologize people. I do not put the problem on them. What I do is help you discover your inner intuition and to discover that life is not about being able to drink. It's actually thrilling to leave your comfort zone and turn that paradigm on its head and to discover, wow, maybe the most thrilling, amazing life is when I'm living fully alive with my full senses in HD, when I'm not being held back by a beverage, especially a toxic one that robs me of mental energy, when I really am using my potential to its furthest. When I was still drinking, I would say I was using about 50% of my potential. That's actually a great number, right? Like, life was pretty good. It was okay. I had an okay career. My marriage was okay. I had a house. I had a dog. I went camping on the weekends. not bad, right? Nothing was that bad in my life. But I knew in my heart, that I was made for more. I knew that I was meant to be a leader. I knew that I was meant to help people. I knew that I was meant to be an author. I had been dreaming of writing a book since I was a little kid. And I knew that I hated working for someone else. I hated working for a company. I hated being in a cubicle. I hated going to the office. Even though some parts of my job weren't that bad, there was this energy around it where I just really didn't like going in. Literally, I didn't like going into my office. And if I could have worked from home, before the pandemic, I would have. And so those were signs to me that there was a better way for me, that there was something else I was meant to do on this planet, that there was a better, bigger calling for me. And I truly believe that taking a break from alcohol is the fastest road to your biggest dreams because it transforms your mindset. It transforms you out of your limiting beliefs and into believing that anything is possible for you. I mean, if you're used to drinking like every weekend or most days, whatever it looks like for you, can you imagine going your first weekend without alcohol? Your second weekend? Your third weekend? I mean, you start to feel like freaking Superwoman. You start to feel like anything is possible for you. And when you stack that up, this confidence starts to overflow in other areas of your life. And you start to believe maybe all the limiting stories I've been telling myself are just bullshit. Just a way to protect myself of doing hard things or doing scary things. But I actually know that I'm far more capable than I've ever believed. And so you start going and doing the things that scare you. You start having more courage. You start having this connection with your intuition telling you, yes, this is the next right step. This is the next right step. This is the next right step. And before you know it, you start building a radically different life. My clients amaze me because they have launched businesses. They have become coaches themselves. They are planning moves to Europe. They have started creating courses and being really a thought leader in their field and making more money. They have gotten promotions at work. They have strengthened relationships with their loved ones. They have made new friends. They have pursued wild and fun hobbies. This is life fully alive, right? And when you want to think about whether or not it's time to take a life-changing break from alcohol, it's not about how big a problem alcohol is in your life. It's not something wrong with you. It's not something you need to fix. Nothing is wrong with you. You're reacting to alcohol the exact way your body was meant to. But if you're starting to hear that voice, that intuitive voice that's telling you, you're made for more. You're made for more. You deserve more and better. There is more for you to this life. There is a purpose for you to fulfill. There is a potential for you to expand upon. That is the wisest person you will ever listen to. I truly believe that the women I get to work with are the bravest, most intuitive, most wise women on this entire planet. And I'm so lucky to be able to hold space for them and help them uncover the mindset blocks and also the mindset power that they all have within them to go after bigger dreams. Because at the end of the night, what are we left with? An empty bottle of wine adds to nothing. And it's this fallacy that we believe that we need it. We really don't. Life is so much better without it. So much better. In fact, I believe everybody deserves to take a break from alcohol. Not like I'm a prohibitionist, like everyone has to take a break from alcohol. I believe everyone deserves to because it's so freaking good. It's so life-changing. It's so transformative. And when you couple it with personal growth and you go through the steps to truly discover what you really want, more than anything on this planet. I mean, you have one life to live. What do you really, really want? Who do you want to be? What do you really need? Magic starts to happen. Because the transformations don't just happen in your mindset around alcohol. They start transforming your entire belief system about what's possible for you in your life. So those were the 6 signs that you're ready for a life-changing break from alcohol. And honestly, it's not about you, a problem, or pathologizing anything or fixing anything. It's truly about hearing a deeper voice from your intuition telling you you've got a real cool purpose to fulfill. You've got some incredible life experience in front of you, and we're waiting for you to step up and leave that comfort zone and go for it. So, super cool to see you today. I love connecting with you. I'll be back next Wednesday for the 8 a.m. live, and I can't wait until then. Have a wonderful week.